Hey everybody, welcome to Airsoftology Mondays, the show that answers your questions, helps you out in a pinch, and finally comes through for you. I'm your host, Jonathan Higgs, and yes, huge announcements in the show. I'm gonna try to keep them as concise as possible. A lot of big stuff going on, including two freaking awesome contests, but we're gonna get to those in a second. First up, let me tell you, yes, if you guys follow the channel and you've subscribed, if not, definitely go subscribe. You saw that the gameplay video, the first gameplay video from Operation Irene went live this weekend. So that is it. Every Friday now, going forward, we're gonna have gameplay. So we're gonna finish up with Operation Irene. Got 3 more episodes of that, and then right on the heels of that, we're gonna be rocking and rolling right on into Faded Giant. So yeah, that's the big news. The other big news is 2 huge contests. And the first one is from our buddies over at Fox Airsoft. They have a great ICS giveaway for the Transform M4. Now, I'll have a link to them in the description below. You can click on it and it'll take you right over to their contest page. One click and you're right in, just a quick email submission. You'll confirm it and you got bonus ways to win on top of that. So that is the first one. The second one, we're gonna get to in a second because it is huge, big news, and it'll be right at the very end of the Q&A. So make sure to stay to the end for this huge contest announcement, the second of the 2. But first, we're gonna jump down into our newest segment that's actually sponsored. It's Palco Sports Mail Call. Rasmus Ziegler writes, how do you feel about using training knives as a thing in airsoft to use as weapons for when you get really close, so you have a possibility to knife people? Are you a fan of it, or do you feel like it's not something fitting for airsoft? Well, I know some fields, due to insurance requirements, don't allow this, so that's kind of one of those things. For me personally, I like the idea of a knife kill, especially if there is a bonus involved with it. And for example, American Milsim does a really good job with their knife kill rules. If you can get in close enough to get somebody with a knife kill, they don't have the ability to be respawned or medicked at all. So typically at a game like an American Milsim event, you can get 2 bandages. So you actually get 3 lives. Your first life, and then you can get bandaged again, and one more time, and then after that one you get shot for the 3rd time, you have to head on back to respawn. Well, the deal is, once you get knifed, there's no bleed out. You have to go hike it back all the way to your FOB or your respawn point to come back. No medic can bring you back alive, and I do like that as a feature. I know some people are a little worried about, the contact, physical contact, hands-on in airsoft, and I think if you have a mature crowd, you have people that understand the rules and are willing to make that risk, I think the knife kill's worth it. Now again, I think it can be abused. Somebody runs into a room and knife, or if you have that minimum engagement distance at fields, like some fields have like a 10-foot minimum engagement where you can't fire at someone within 10 feet and you have to use bang bang or you have to call them out, you can really abuse the knife rule then. Because all you have to do is just run as fast as you can, close into that 10 feet, and then they can't shoot you, and you just knife 30 guys in a room, just run down the line. I think that's a bit over the top. Because when you knife someone, I mean, not getting morbid here, but knifing someone in real life, you wouldn't be just like tap them and run on. I mean, it takes a little bit of time to make sure they're gone. So yeah, I think if you put the right rules involved with it, I think it's a great idea. Sergeant Major writes, I have a question. Do I really need to buy a groin protector? Well, my personal experience with airsoft, and I've been playing well over 10 years. I mean, like actually at fields, competitively playing Milsim events, CQB, indoors, outdoors, you name it. I've never really been shot hard enough down there to warrant getting a groin protector. To be honest, typically, the places that really hurt where I get shot, normally they're pretty darn painful, front of legs or arms or shoulders. But normally not really getting shot in that area to the point where it'd be like, oh man, I gotta go get something to pad me down there. I'm really worried about it. I have been shot there, but just I think the way, not to get into some weird stuff here, but like your pants are usually pretty tight, you're running or you're squatting or doing something, it typically ricochets off versus hitting that sensitive part. So yeah, I think it's probably not worth it. It's a little bit extra stuff. I mean, although if you do play nothing but CQB and you're worried about getting shot in the old unhappy area, I would maybe think about, just throwing a little extra padding down there for good measure. But for me, again, personally, I don't run one, never have, and haven't really had an issue. Elliot Ruoff writes, hey Jonathan, I was wondering if you have any hobbies or occupations other than airsoft, and since we're on the topic, were you ever in Boy Scouts? I ask because I'm a hardcore Boy Scout as well as an airsofter. Yeah, I may have mentioned this in a long time ago in one of the Monday show, but yeah, I'm actually an Eagle Scout. I went through scouting my whole life. I was in ROTC in high school as well as being active in some other sports, mainly running. That was kind of my thing. I wasn't really much of a team sport per se. I was more of a distance runner. But those are my activities way back up on a time, back in the scouting days. The also currently, really my thing is I love computers. I've always been an IT guy, a tech, so I still kind of tinker with computers and PCs and technology as a hobby. More than anything else. And then I'm getting into, believe it or not, brewing beer. That's another one of my new hobbies right now. I think it's really fun, kind of getting in there and creating something from nothing. And I am a fan of the old sudsy stuff. And if you're not 21, just hang out and wait. You'll be able to enjoy the beer then. Until then, just study up on your brewing skills. But yeah, I kind of do that as my hobby. It's kind of my thing, I guess you want to say. And then of course I do love the outdoors. Love getting out and hiking. My wife loves to hike too. So that's one of our biggest passions, is getting out and doing national parks and local hikes and everything in between, and being very active out there. So yeah, all that ends. It's kind of my hobby bucket outside of airsoft, of course. Well guys, that's it for questions this week, which means it's time for the Code Red Headsets video recommendation of the week. And don't worry, that contest is still coming. Just wait, it's right at the end of this. I know I'm such a tease, I'm terrible. So this week's video comes from a channel we actually highlighted, I think, a couple months back, and it's the Daily Military Defense and Archive. Kind of a long, crazy name, but they do a lot of military videos, and I really enjoyed this one. It's one I subscribe to, the channel itself. Some of the stuff can be a little on the boring side, unless you're into the technical things, but some of the things can be really cool. And this one follows a set of Marines, a unit of Marines that are doing training with kind of simunition type rounds. It's a little bit different. If you look at the way the bolt system's set up, it's blue, and they've got it a little modified differently than your standard simunitions type round. And they're using like a paintball type system, but it still has a kick and recoil to it. It's kind of a really cool system. Watching them move, maneuver, and just seeing how a unit, groups, squad-based or even larger than squad-based Marines work through and clear buildings in these mount facilities. Because it's one thing when you go and play a MILSIM event, but it's another thing seeing the guys who actually do it, get in there and do it also. And it's kind of a rare glimpse into that true force on force training. And they also use blank fire in there as well. So it was kind of just a really cool and fun video. And like I said, I really enjoyed this channel. It's a good one if you guys are into everything. I mean, they have stuff from all the way from A-10s to ships to tanks to ground troops and everything in between. Definitely check it out. It's the Daily Military Defense and Archive channel, and I have a link to the video in the description below. All right, teasing's over. It is time for the announcement of the other contest this week. So you had the first one that was in the first section. If you missed it, go back to the beginning, check it out. I announced it right in the very beginning. Fantastic contest. And now I've got the second one. And this one comes from our newest segment sponsor for the mail call is Palco Sports. Now, Palco is running a massive giveaway. I mean, it's huge. It's actually $1,000 shopping spree. And yes, it is crazy. Can you imagine what you can get with $1,000? And if you guys are familiar with Palco, Palco is part of Cybergun. So you get Palco, Cybergun, and then of course Spartan Imports. So they have a massive block of licensed airsoft products. Everything from FN to SIG to Colt and a bunch of other great licenses. So imagine the library you could do of going and picking up really cool stuff for $1,000. Plus, it's super easy to enter. I'll have a link right here on the screen and in the description below to take you right over to the entry page. One click, you're right on in, and you'll be in the running. And this will be running for a little while. It's gonna be running for around a month or so. So stay tuned on this one. I'll have more ways to win as well. I'm working on something that's just for you guys too. So again, stay tuned on that. And a big thanks to Palco for jumping in and helping keep Airsoftology Mondays free for you guys. Well guys, that's it for this show. I don't know if you can hear it or not in the background. If you have really good ears, my chickens, I'm actually back at the old house. I have some chickens and my brother-in-law's moved in place. So I got chickens in the backyard that are clucking. I think they just laid some eggs. I'm not lying. But again, guys, thanks a bunch for hanging out and watching. And don't forget, two fantastic contests, one from Fox and one from Palco. Both of those are down there. I have links to both of them. Click, enter both of them. Also, they're over on the contest page, airsoftology.com/contest. And if you guys are holding out for those green patches, I know I said they are almost like totally gone, like out. Probably another week and they'll be totally sold out. And I will have those up on the site. Once they're gone, they're gone. I won't be doing more of the chameleon greens. And if you're in town in Nashville, Tennessee, because this is my last week here in Nashville before I hit the West Coast, definitely stop by Nashville Airsoft. I'll be there on Saturday at their new indoor field right downtown from about noon to 3. I'll be hanging out at Nashville Airsoft. So come on down, hang out. I'll bring some patches with me. I'll, chat with you guys, answer questions, and hopefully, if I can get away from the table, go out and play some rounds with you at their new field. I still haven't had a chance to play there. They opened after I took off on the tour, and I really want to get some gun time in at Nashville Airsoft. It's one of my favorite fields or favorite shops because it's kind of the first shop I started shopping at. So anyway, guys, thanks a bunch for hanging out here, and I will see you guys next week But until then, go out, have fun, play some airsoft, but no matter what you do, call your freaking hits.